Since once more I've tried to make myself uh, understood by people, uh, talking about corruption, injustice, being ignored as if my children were worthless, as if my children do not deserve anything except retardation, cycles, violence, abuse, alcoholism. That's Denmark. That is at the top of the corruption list, which is not good. No matter how Danes prefer to read things the upside down, if it suits them well, then and now that they turn on the light here, blue, red, it proves to me that it's a murderous time, that people want to kill, they want to see other people there. They like that I'm such a sensitive, like he talks about that there's an astrology guy talking about Pisces. Not in I feel so sorry for myself, but I feel sorry for my children, and now I've reached the point where I cannot take it anymore. All the partying at the expense of my children and me. Just imagining most bike riders riding around, fucking up the whole country again, having parties, wet cunt and stiff dick parties again at the expense of my children and me, riding around, harassing and laughing up my face, and with Mr. and Mrs. Cunt, I cannot take it anymore because I'm just staying in here, staring into the wall, sometimes listening only to videos, staring into the wall, sometimes looking at cycles, talking about nonsense, trying to steal other people's inventions if they can get away with it. And it's not legal. And they are going to die if they try to once more. Then it's death. I'm just telling cycles, do not disrespect people who have, like I have worked with children for so many years. I'm a very good mother. There's not anything that can tell you otherwise, or anything else, not in the journals either. So that my children are not here yet, then they deserve a punishment. The hostage takers by the social services, the government has not helped, and not any so-called public institution that is not in function, not anymore in Denmark. This country is only metaphorical, and a big ass dragging it around, shaking hands and honking, and we can sit here, a lot of people just sitting inside, staring at videos, listening to music. I know it because I've been around, seen a lot of people live like that, not having a life, not that unjust as my children. I mean, we think we are some of the worst victims of metaphors. That the little underdog, the little undercount, is a psychopath, well, at the same time as the cunt is a masochist. It's a strange combination, and retarded, not having much brain capacity. She doesn't even know what to answer when she is interviewed on TV. And they asked her, how is the military going to do it in the military? She started replying how her thoughts were about, that's not how it works. She has to know what to answer and what not to answer. She's not going to answer the military building, starting organizing how they are to spend the money. That's not how prime ministers, what they do. She needs to know what to answer and what not to answer. anybody, not anybody, but a lot of people could do it much better than their father. Any teacher, a lot of people working in kindergartens, and a lot of people working at factories. So many people could do it much better. They would know what to reply to. They would know, I'm not going to organize the military, telling them how to organize things within that institution. There are laws and rules that they have to abide to, which they do not. But starting to organize how the money is going to be spent, how they are going to do it within the military buildings, it's beyond what and it's constantly. That it's like some American comedy, like, and she starts replying like that. She doesn't know what to answer and what not to answer. And when she visited Biden, it was like an American comedy as well. I thank you for your great leadership. And I want again to thank you for your great leadership, as if she was a puppet. That was, what's the lines of this movie? Thank you for your great leadership. I cannot imitate, because she was so much pulled out of an American comedy, put in the chair, and it was so laughable, so retarded. Like, she reminds me of Bone, that's a Danish series. The woman who goes to Rena, and she doesn't really do anything, and at the end she's sitting laughing in a car, like, what happened there? A coincidence is boom, 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 boom. That's metaphorical. She has no consciousness and no conscience. She only thinks about having fingers in the game of the guns and pulling Lars Løkke's stick and jerking it off, all of them, and not having a role at all. Most people could do it better. I think my mother could do it better. And I don't think my mother could pass an IQ test, which a lot of old people, elderly people, could not. My mother would be empathetic, and she would not be like Mary Frank if she was contacted and someone asking for help for their children about violence, pedophile tendencies, alcoholism. She would not just ignore it. Most people who have normal brains, if you think 6 years back, would not have ignored what she has done, man. It's like a curve like this, and it's just going upwards of sick, murderous tendencies. I've worked with children. I watched a lot of my videos. I was thinking, how do I seem? Do I seem especially like bitchy, or like, do I look like a horny fuck cunt? No, I do not. My voice sounds very emotional when I sing, and there's not anything to put a finger on, saying that I am so sympathetic. I don't know how to say it. It's not pathetic. I seem like I'm such a horrible person that I need to be killed because I have emotions, right? Because I love my children, or because my children and I, we do not deserve anything. Because what? Do you have some other psychos ruling this earth? No. Not most brothers. Kingdom is not. Just tell them no, you're not interested in the retardation of the society, because it's like corruption and chaos, totally chaotic. It's not anyone who knows what their job is. And then when it comes to what they're talking about, retardation, it's intelligence up here, or the retardation, it's the same. If it's intelligence, it's because malfunction makes everyone relax and care about anything. She's been moaning, sending children to be with violent pedophile alcoholics during Corona. How do people think that might have been for the children? And then they wanted to punish the children. Well, if they did something to my children, of course, they need to be punished. Somehow, they need to learn the lesson. And so do the sisters of my children. And the grandmother, the dick and bitch that were retarded also out of the cunt of the old bitch. And the cunt that shit out the wet cunt. It's not something you just do and you do not care the punishment for. Also, that goes for everyone. I don't care about most rights. Well, I care about not being having to be around them. And then conflicts. Well, there has not been conflicts with gang members. I've not experienced it. I've not noticed them. Then I've not realized that there are any conflicts. I try to give them the benefit of the doubt. And I have been angry because I thought they were going to help me, and I think they have listened to me, so they know when I'm angry. Like my friend told me, a former friend, that my brother was probably angry at me when he didn't feel good, because I was so closest to him because he trusted me. And that's how I explained, because I thought they were probably listening. I thought, who else would be listening? So I explained that exactly what I just said, and then if I'm angry, then I don't know who can handle it and not be so wounded that they are going to, I don't know what, like people have done, talking to, but I don't know, maybe they've done that as well. Maybe they are little bitches. I think they are in many ways. Cunts, wet cunts. They are not masculine, I think. The only masculine thing about them is that they can handle to, if you ask them, what are you doing while you're following me around? And then they just start a fight or continue the fight with some meaningless shit. But they are not trying to destroy anything. It's an equal, not completely equal. It's equal when it comes to it being about something, then I am superior. When it comes to being good at being aggressive towards people and putting them down, then they are better at it than I am. I'm not going to put up with agreeing to living in the beginning of the Third World War and agreeing to retarding myself underneath gang members and having them be the like, oh, we have to destroy those children's lives and destroy that woman's life and kill that and pretend that she's sick and so on. I'm not going to be a part of something so sick and that we know it's the path to destruction, and something as horrible that it's already begun a long time ago. It's possible to pull the brakes and say, enough, stop, not any longer. We don't want to be the next Hitler times and look back and we learn from it, but then we know human beings never learn, even though it's very in present time. It's not that long ago, and that Germans have suffered from from the from carrying that burden on their backs and having to fight more to be respected and not be associated with Hitler because of the language, because of all that gives associations to Nazi and Hitler. And we know Nazis, they need to be illegalized. It's not legal to look down upon Jews in a Nazi way. It's not legal. Why would they look down upon Jews? What have they done to anyone? It was envy back then because they had good businesses. Like my brother told me, they had money and they had good businesses. They were better than other people at doing business. And they were envious, even though Hitler was from a Jewish background, which is very strange. His father was a Jew, and but his father mistreated him. Maybe it was because of a personal history that made him Nazi, and made him, because he hated his father, and then he took it out on Jews. We don't know. Maybe it could be, and that he had not dealt with the traumas from his childhood. And something about being locked inside something, I don't know, like a casket, but something like that. And his father having beaten him. Different stories, histories I've read in the 90s when with some other people I made an assignment also called Måns Kammer, and we were so stupid I didn't talk to him, but I would have been just as stupid when I realized he had a wife from I don't know if it was India or it was some other country. I don't think it was. Maybe a Muslim country or maybe a Thai woman or something like that. And that, okay, so we have a black wife and one of the young women that I made the assignment with was very critical and a bit she wanted to discuss in a very not aggressive but passionate way, and he was very relaxed about it and not agreeing that it was what's the word when you say one thing and you do the other. That's true. Because Jews, they were not black, and some of them had blue eyes and blonde hair. Hey, a bit late to realize that, but not even my teacher in high school realized it, or any of the teachers. And also, who else did we call Tony Henson? I don't remember what he talked about. Yeah, so to start a new war, World War III, like most backgrounds, were military. There was military most backgrounds during Second World War, and having them be the horn of the whole world and controlling people as slaves, eventually killing all of us, taking over everything, and maybe keeping some slaves because it feels good. We don't want that, do we? So we need to say we are not interested. Because some people, if there's something they enjoy, they don't care about boundaries unless there are boundaries set to them. Then they will think it's okay to do it, and it is not. And we need strong leaders to let them know that they need to abide to the laws and rules like everybody else, not destroying families' lives. It's not masculine to be against children and mothers and wanting them dead or something like that. Then it's like jealous cunts who are not good mothers, and they cannot stand seeing a good mother and wonderful children because she is not proud of her own children. She would have rather had my children, or something sick like that, or because I'm good at singing and innovative. I have a lot of talents. I'm talented. That's very to me. It's like Mozart or something like that. I don't know, talented. Well, there's a lot of things I'm good at, and I have not had. It has given me zero opportunities of the type that I thought was going to uh, be the result of all my singing and all my practicing. I feel I've wasted my time, my years singing, playing music. It was not just for fun. I wanted to earn money. I wanted to sing on the big stages like everyone else who's good at singing like I am. Now, my speed of light grad, do not try to retard it away from me, to steal it from me. You think you can do that. No, you cannot. Do not make that attempt another time. It's over. It is my patent. It's my invention. Ow. Okay?